Okay, that's doing that. We do usually get like a little bit more if it's just like a straight LinkedIn live, but it's okay. I'm happy to do this and then we can restream it to LinkedIn again. So it'll be pretty multi-use.
Yeah, that sounds good to us.
Hello, everyone. Give me 1 second as I just manage who is supposed to be up here. Hi, Melissa.
Hey, team.
Hi. Don't worry, you won't be the only one spotlighted. Give me 1 second. Looks good? Okay. I'm going to give it a couple minutes and just let everyone kind of trickle in. How's everyone doing today?
Doing great. Super excited to be here.
Excited to have you all. I feel like it's been long overdue.
Yes, we're super excited to be here. Thank you to Melissa, Sam, and Caroline for, joining today. Super excited to have you all here.
Yes. All right. So I'll give it I'm glad that everyone is on time. I love to see it. I know our team is just blasting it out a couple more times across socials, but we're excited that you all could join us during your lunch period, depending on where you're at. I'm on Eastern Standard Time. So in the chat, just quickly tell us where you're tuning in from. I'm in Jersey. Hey, everyone. All right. So we got Seattle, Sacramento, Atlanta. Okay. All right. So I'll just quickly do an introduction to myself and Tribaja, and then I will let Greenhouse take it over. So hello, everyone. My name is Shannon Morales. I'm the founder and CEO of Tribaja, your modern day work tribe. We're a talent marketplace and community specifically geared towards helping undersupported professionals have access to really amazing workplaces such as Greenhouse. We started different sessions like LinkedIn Lives and workshops after hearing a lot from candidates, but also from companies wanting to share more about how to best prepare for interviews and build your resume to be able to break into different industries, but also to stand out as an amazing candidate. And Greenhouse has been doing some amazing things themselves, been named having lots of awards this year, greatest, number one, right? Greatest place to work for women, which I think is amazing. I myself being a woman, of course, I always look for those things and ways to kind of show how employers within our community, what they're doing and what they're doing well. So I will turn it over to Greenhouse to kind of share some of the things that they want you all to learn or know about in this amazing workshop.
Hi, everyone. How are you doing today? I'm gonna start sharing my slideshow here. I hope everyone's doing well. Super excited to be here. My name is Vanessa. I am joining from San Diego, California, and I am one of the talent acquisition managers here at Greenhouse. We are super excited to be partnering with Tribaja and to share more information with all of you about Greenhouse, what we're doing here, the work that we're doing here, and just share a little bit more about, our roles, our interview process, and hopefully share some information that might be helpful for you as a job seeker, as a potential candidate for Greenhouse. We are going to be sharing a lot of information, but at the same time, if you do have any questions, please feel free to jump in or share them in the chat. We're happy to answer any questions for you. We want to make sure that this session is helpful for you as a job seeker, so feel free to ask. So I want to start off by giving you some information about Greenhouse and what we're doing here at Greenhouse. So Greenhouse is a hiring software. So I am not sure how familiar you are with Greenhouse, but we are a hiring software, and what we do, or our mission, is to help every company be great at hiring. And we do that because we believe that every person has the potential to do great things if they are in place in the right role at the right time with the right company. So that's where our software comes in. We want to ensure that every company becomes great at hiring, and we want to help also candidates find the right position where they can really fulfill their potential. How do we do this? So we do this by following 3 different steps, or 3 different things. The very first thing that we do is that are we still sharing? I'm sorry.
Is the screen share still working?
I can still see it. Yep.
Oh, okay, perfect. It went away on my screen, so I wanted to make sure. So how do we do this? We follow 3 different steps to ensure that we are making every company great at hiring. The first thing that we do is that we have a very structured hiring foundation. So all of our hiring processes here at Greenhouse are very structured, meaning that the same questions that we're asking applicant A are the same questions that we're asking to applicant B. Prior to even posting our roles and getting ready to interview candidates, we put a lot of thought and effort into ensuring that we have an interview plan, that we have scorecards prepared, and that we have a clear process that we're going to be following for our recruitment approach. And we also encourage other companies to do that. Our software allows you to prepare in advance and to really have that structured hiring format in place before you start your search for any of the roles that you'll be recruiting for. We also have a huge commitment for DE&I. Our software is specifically designed to reduce bias in hiring by making job seeking and the process just more equitable for everyone. I know that I mentioned scorecards a little bit ago, but we do, every time that we are recruiting for a position, we do have scorecards that we utilize to assess candidates. And these scorecards really allow us to ensure that when we are selecting a candidate, we are doing it based on the attributes that we're looking for in the role, and not just being subjective when it comes to our hiring decisions. So there's a lot of little features that our software has that really allows us to remove or mitigate that bias that can happen in the hiring process. We also have a proven model for better hiring results. So our team Greenhouse has a dedicated team full of experts that really help other companies be better at hiring. We have a model which is like the hiring maturity curve, which basically means that a lot of the companies, when they first come into Greenhouse, their hiring maturity, or the way that they approach hiring, is pretty low. There's still a lot of things that they need to learn. So as they start utilizing the software and as they start following the advice from a lot of our experts here in the team, they really start moving up the hiring maturity curve, and they just have better results with their recruitment processes. So that's a little bit about our software and what we do. But in regards to our core values, we have 3 main core values. And the very first core value is belonging. We want to make sure that we embrace our differences. We want to make sure that everybody here at Greenhouse that joins the company feels like they belong and they feel included. So belonging is one of our core values. We also have purpose. We want to ensure that every employee feels like they have a purpose within Greenhouse and that they're really focused on solving important problems within the company. And entrepreneurship, we work together to achieve our mission. We are always collaborating, as you may see right now. The whole talent acquisition team is working together to do this presentation for all of you, but we want to make sure that everybody that joins Greenhouse really embraces these core values. So I know that most of you are here to learn a little bit more about our jobs and our interview process. So let's get going with that. Interviewing a greenhouse, this may depend for every single role, but typically the standard process that we follow is the process that you're seeing in the screen right now. We typically start off by reviewing applications. So you as a job seeker will have the opportunity to upload your resume and to submit an application for the role that you're interested in. We, as talent acquisition managers, will be reviewing all of those applications. And once we've selected the applicants or the applicants that we believe meet the basic qualifications, we'll reach out to all of those applicants to schedule a recruiter screen. That recruiter screen is typically qualifications based. So if you look at the job description for the job that you're interested in, you will see the qualifications under that job description. And typically the initial screen is really based on, or we're going to be asking you questions to ensure that you meet those qualifications. If you do well, you meet all the qualifications and the screen goes well, then we're going to move on to a department phone interview. That will be with either the hiring manager for the role or somebody from the department. And we do that to ensure that, you can ask more specific questions about the department, the team structure, so that you can figure out if that's the right role for you as well before moving on to the following steps. If that department phone screen goes well, then we typically send out a take-home assignment. Those take-home assignments typically take about 1 to 2 hours to be completed, but we usually give you a few days to complete them. And then if the feedback is positive from that take-home assignment, that's when we move on to a face-to-face interview, typically held via Zoom. So that's, as I mentioned, that's our standard process, but the process may change based on the position, and we want to give you more information about that. So that's why we have our team here. We will be sharing a little bit more information about specific roles and the different departments. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to give you a brief overview of our talent acquisition team, how it's structured, and then we'll continue to give you more information about the roles. So we have our talent acquisition team, and it is broken down into 4 different sub-teams. We have our sales and marketing team, our CPRO team, or our customer success and professional services. Then we have our tech team, and then we also have a team in Dublin. So we do have representation for every one of these teams. So I will be passing it on to Melissa, who will be speaking in regards to our tech roles and the process there.
Thanks so much, Vanessa, for that overview. Hi, everybody. My name's Melissa. I'm a technical talent acquisition manager here at Greenhouse. I'm a huge fan of the Tribaja community. Been a member for, I think, since 2020 there. But I first joined Greenhouse back in 2018 as actually a candidate experience specialist. And since then, I feel like I've experienced a lot of growth for myself here at the company. I now work on recruiting for some of our more technical roles here at Greenhouse. So we'll start off today by just giving a quick kind of high-level overview of the department that kind of encompasses most technical roles here, and that is our research and development department. Here on this slide, you can see kind of a rough, what we call org chart. So an outline of kind of what the functions look like here that house different technical roles and what some of those main roles are. We're going to talk through just at a high level each one so folks can get a little bit of a flavor for maybe what's most interesting to them or where they feel like they might fit in their next position. So here, as you can see, we have 5 major teams. The first team is product engineering, and these really refer to the people who work on writing code that build out the Greenhouse software products that Vanessa just spoke to earlier. So on this team, we have mostly our software engineers who are working across the full stack. Forgive me, there's going to be some technical lingo thrown in here in in this part of the presentation in case that interests folks, but most of our engineers are full stack engineers. The next team that we have is our support engineering team. And these folks are really the go-to team for technical issues that end users of our product have. So it might be some of our customers come in with a problem that they're having in the software, and these folks are working with our software engineering teams in order to help solve these technical issues and identify potential long-running problems that might be in the product. Next, we have our information systems team. And these folks are really working to make sure that our systems and our practices at Greenhouse and within the product are set up for success. So here we have IT engineers who are supporting Greenhouse employees like myself and Vanessa and Sam and Caroline to make sure that our hardware and our software is working so we can do our jobs. We also have data engineers who are working with stakeholders in the product engineering teams, as well as data analysts around the company to really make sure that their data that they're working with to achieve end goals are highly available and is correct. And then finally, in this kind of vertical, we have site reliability and DevOps engineers who are working to build out tools that other engineers internally are using to deploy our software, or they might be working on helping to keep our product up and running for our customers. The next vertical that we have is security engineering. So security engineering really works to keep our product and our company safe from security threats. So our application security engineers are working hands-on in designing and developing tools that help us automate the detection of security issues in our product. And then our information security specialists are really working to complete audits and trainings that help ensure that Greenhouse is going to be a safe place to work. And then finally, we do have our product organization. So product here are the owners of strategic development of our software products. They have product management working on building out the roadmap and kind of deciding on what features are going to be added to the Greenhouse product. And then we also have our product designers who are really working with product management and engineering in order to ensure that the end user of the software is able to kind of navigate around it pretty easily. So now we're going to go ahead and chat a little bit more about what we're hiring for today. So right now, just given that it's November, it's kind of coming up on the end of the year, our current openings are a little bit more limited than we would like them to be. So I will encourage you up at top, if anything I just spoke to earlier sounds like something that is interesting to you, we're going to be continuing to hire for a lot of roles in the next couple of months and next year as we're formalizing what we're going to need to open for next year. So right now, though, we are currently hiring for software engineers who are actually based in Canada, specifically British Columbia and Ontario provinces. We're also hiring for data engineers based out of Canada, so British Columbia or Ontario provinces. And then finally, we are currently also hiring for a product manager who's going to be based remotely within the United States. Like I said earlier, though, if anything else on this slide that isn't circled in red sounded interesting, definitely encourage you to follow our careers page because new roles will be opening up soon. Before I wrap up kind of talking about the technical roles here at Greenhouse, figured I'd also give a quick rundown as to what some of our common technologies are that we use here at the company. As you can see at the very bottom of the slide, if this is interesting, definitely encourage you to take a quick screenshot of that. We use for our software engineering, JavaScript, React, and TypeScript as our front-end technologies. On the back end, we're using Ruby on Rails. For our cloud provider, we are using AWS. And for a lot of our data roles, like data engineering, data migration engineers, data science, we're using Python and Pandas library, which is kind of a framework within Python, and SQL for data. And then finally, I have on the other side of the screen at the bottom, just a quick overview of what we generally see as our interview process for tech roles, because it's a little bit different than the kind of general process we follow for most roles here at Greenhouse. The first conversation is going to be a conversation with somebody like myself, a recruiter on the team. And then we have a live or written technical exercise, usually, changes depending on the role. And then we have kind of a round of virtual interviews, but we'll meet up kind of in this like virtual Zoom setting. And it'll be a combination of things that are conversational, like get to know your teams, your manager, all that fun stuff. but also some more technical interviews where you might be working on either coding or a case study, something like that. And then usually we'll have a final chat for folks with their skip level manager. So if you're interviewing for a software engineer role, you'd be reporting to an engineering manager, but your skip level would probably be a director of engineering. So you might meet with someone like that at the end of the process. So that generally wraps up a quick level overview of some of our technical roles in interviewing at Greenhouse. Now I'm going to pass it over to my colleague, Caroline, who's going to talk about sales and marketing.
Awesome. Hey there. I'm Caroline Angel. I am a talent acquisition manager based out of Denver, and I largely support our sales and marketing teams in hiring. And so I've been with Greenhouse for about just over a year now, really enjoying it. I love having the opportunity to, share more about the culture here at Greenhouse, growth opportunities, and help match people with their just right role. And so I'm excited to have the opportunity to chat more about what sales and marketing hiring looks like here at Greenhouse. And so to get us started, we'll focus in on sales first. And it looks like my slide's not showing up quite right, but I've starred some of our roles that we are actively hiring for, and I'll speak to those in particular as I wrap up the overview in general. So I want to give you an idea of just sort of the key parts of our sales business. So we have new business, account management, sales development, and revenue operations. And so when we think about new business, those are going to be our account executives, right? Those are the folks who are turning our prospects into customers, uncovering those pain points and really helping to explain how Greenhouse is uniquely situated to help address them. Within that new business group, we're also include our sales engineers. These are the folks who are owning the technical elements of the sales process and helping to validate the feasibility of an implementation before folks are signing contracts and joining the Greenhouse fold. Next, there's account management. Our account managers are needed across segments, right? SMB through enterprise, just like our account executives. And those are folks who are partnering with our existing customers. So they're ensuring that our customers have long-term success with Greenhouse and they get the most value out of their partnership. So renewing those contracts, upselling them to, the newest innovations in technology that Greenhouse is offering so that they can run a really smooth and equitable hiring process. Next, we have sales development, an incredibly crucial piece of the sales org. Our sales development representatives are helping us generate and qualify leads for our account executive team. So a really critical role and a really great place to start if you're looking to make a transition into sales. This is a great place to really cut your teeth and learn a bunch. And places like Greenhouse make it a really incredible growth spot, right? You join a company as an SDR and then could have a really beautiful trajectory up and through the company if that aligns with your goals. And then last piece of our sales department is the revenue operations team. Our revenue operations heroes are helping to accelerate revenue growth and increase efficiencies. So really helping to ensure that all of these folks on the sales team have the tools they need to do their best work. And we are excited to be hiring for a new revenue operations manager to join that team. So that job post is live. So if that sounds like a role you're interested in, we'd love to see an app come through. We're actively hiring for SDRs and our mid-market account executive role is also currently open. We would love to see applications come in there too. For folks a little bit more senior, we do also have a sales manager role on our upper mid-market team. And so we'd welcome any applications there too. And then like Melissa mentioned, right, we're sort of at this point in the year where we're planning for next year. And so we're expecting to have almost all of these roles open for some point of time in the next quarter or so. So if it's not open now and it's something you're really excited about, please keep an eye on our careers page because I think all of these roles will be opening within the next few months. And that'll do it for sales. So next we can sort of zoom in on marketing. So our marketing team just does an incredible job, right? I think that the brand here at Greenhouse is beautiful and simple and seamless. And like, these are all the folks behind the scenes helping to make sure that folks have a really like beautiful experience with Greenhouse, and are helping to spread the word about the incredible work this team is doing. And so we'll talk a little bit about each of these departments, and then open roles as well. So we have, yes, our marketing team did make these snazzy Zoom backgrounds. They're the best. So we have our brand and creative team, and the brand and creative team is really a strategic partner for all of the departments to help ensure that the Greenhouse brand has that competitive advantage. Then we move into sort of the digital vertical. The digital team is running initiatives designed to help create and capture sales-ready leads. So they are making sure that we have all the programs and integrations in place to be successful and measured. So within that team, we have digital marketing managers, campaign operations managers. This is sort of that demand gen space where folks are helping to generate leads and interest in Greenhouse. Next, we'll move into segment and product marketing. The segment and product marketing team connects teams more deeply to Greenhouse through accessible learnings, guided experience, and really delightful moments. And then content and communications is a really incredible team here at Greenhouse. These are the folks who are shaping and sharing our brand stories. They're updating company news, and they're really offering thought leadership to Greenhouse audiences across all of our channels. So if you're not connected to Greenhouse on social media platforms, shameless plug to connect. There's tons of great information, lots of thought leaders behind the scenes sharing sort of best practices in the TA space. And as a job seeker, it can be really helpful to get like a little bit of insight to how companies are thinking about hiring to help give you that edge as you're moving through a hiring process. And then last piece of our marketing team would be partnerships. Our partnerships team are working to support the ecosystem that solves our customers' challenges and helps to generate really meaningful revenue and create competitive differentiation. So high level overview of marketing. If marketing is something you're passionate about, we're currently hiring for a senior manager of our analyst relations team. This is somebody that's going to really help drive a strategy around how we're crafting our perception within the industry's analyst and influencer community. So check out our careers page and learn more about that job if that piques your interest. And then as we move into 2023, we're expecting to have openings to have campaign operations managers joining us. And those are folks that'll be helping develop ad campaigns and generate leads to bring new business to Greenhouse, as well as we expect to be launching some digital marketing manager roles in the new year. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It's a pleasure to be connected with you this morning, and I'm going to pass it along to Vanessa to share a little bit more about our CPRO team.
Thank you, Caroline. So I will be speaking in regards to the CPRO team. I know that I introduced myself earlier, but again, I'm Vanessa. I have been working here at Greenhouse since April this year. So like 7-8 months now. And I have been working in CPRO for the past 8 months. So I want to give you a brief overview of some of the roles that we have here at CPRO and just talk to you a little bit about the open roles that we currently have. So CPRO actually stands for Customer Success and Professional Services. So we have 2 different departments that we recruit for, and each department has sub-teams within that department. So I'll be talking about some of the roles. Again, we're not covering all of the roles that exist within the organization. We still have a lot of other roles that we may not be able to cover today, but some of the main roles that we typically recruit for within those sub-teams. So just to start off on the customer success side, we have on the very left-hand side, we have our customer success department. So our customer success is the team responsible for helping our customers be the most successful that they can be, both with our product and also in their own business operations. So typically, all of the companies or all of our customers that purchase our product, they get assigned a success manager, and the customer success manager really assists them with their customer journey from pre-sales all the way to implementation and then ongoing optimization to ensure that our customers really know how to utilize our product, that the implementation goes well, and that they are utilizing all the features that are available to them. Our customer success managers our customer success manager team is typically broken down into 3 different sub-teams or segments. So you oftentimes will see this. Oops. Yeah. So I'll just be very brief. So we have the customer support managers. We have the enterprise segment. We also have the mid-market segment, and then the scale or small segment. We also have our customer support team, which I usually recruit for. And then we also have our customer education team. On the professional services side, we also have our implementations team, which is the team that is responsible for ensuring that the implementation goes well when a customer purchases our product. We have our project management team, which usually are the project managers that oversee implementations. And then we have our technical consulting team, which are the experts that really ensure that the product is working properly, that any specific issues that our customers are having, they'll be experts for that specific issue to really advise our customers on how to best utilize the product. So I want to be very brief because I know that we don't have enough time, and we want to ensure that we have enough time for questions. So I'll pass it on to Sam to give us an overview of our people team.
Thanks, Vanessa. I'm excited to be here speaking with all of you. Thanks for attending. My name is Sam Stoker, and I'm a talent acquisition manager as well here at Greenhouse, and I'm sitting in Denver, Colorado. I joined Greenhouse just under 2 years ago, and similar to Melissa, I joined as a candidate experience specialist, and now am a talent acquisition manager on Vanessa's team, on the CPRO team. Outside of CPRO hiring, I've spent a good amount of time hiring for our people department here at Greenhouse, which is the department that we're all a part of here. So I'm just going to walk you through what our people department looks like at a high level, and what our upcoming hiring plans look like. So going from left to right here, we have our IDEA team, which stands for Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, and Allyship. And that team provides programmatic data and support for our DE&I programs and projects here at Greenhouse, and also design, track, and measure our DE&I initiatives to make sure we're being inclusive and empowering employee experience for our entire Greenhouse team. We also have our people business partners. We currently have 4 people business partners on the team supporting different departments, and they're really trusted advisors for us, and they'll guide and advise our managers and leaders in various Greenhouse departments through stages of team development and just your whole employee life cycle here at Greenhouse. So we love our people business partners. They're great for a lot of that thought leadership that we're looking for. And then moving over, we have our people experience team. Our people experience team, very social, build partnerships across the organization and align our operations and internal communications to make sure that we're building community here at Greenhouse and have opportunities for connection building, even in a remote world, which most of us are operating remotely at the moment, and will continue to. We also have our people operations and insights team. They align a lot of our internal systems and systems capabilities here at Greenhouse with our business strategy and support our internal teams as we continue to grow and scale our business, and also improve a lot of the tools and methods that we're currently using to make sure that we're able to tackle the problems ahead as well as the ones that are already on our plate. And then last, but certainly not least, is our team, our talent planning and acquisition team. You can think about it being split up into two parts. Our talent acquisition team is what you would think of with like recruiters or coordinators. We form strategic partnerships with hiring managers across the org to make data-driven hiring decisions and bring on great people to come work at Greenhouse. And then our talent planning team, they ensure that us as talent acquisition managers have all our processes and systems in place and making sure we're hitting our hiring goals and continuing to innovate in the TA space and stand up for our mission and processes that we have here. So right now, we don't have any people team roles open, but do plan to have some opening in 2023, particularly on the people operations and insight side. So keep an eye on our job page. I think Vanessa will be sharing our LinkedIn's at the end of this as well. So feel free to connect if you have questions about how you can get involved with the people team. And with that, I will pass it over to Melissa to talk more about how you can get involved.
Thank you so much, Sam. And I want to acknowledge that we have like a little ticking timer showing that this chat is going to be set to end in a minute. We have more time and more content that we would love to share with you. So I want to shout out that in the chat, there is a Zoom link. So if for some reason the Zoom cuts off, would love for everyone to just copy and paste that so that we can rejoin in another Zoom, just in case things go haywire. So just wanted to give that shout out there. Shannon, any other administrative item that I need to speak to? No. Okay, cool. So we'll keep it on until it cuts us off. But wanted to maybe use some time for us today to potentially talk about making sure that you are getting that interview with an organization after you've identified